If somebody told me this story, I would not believe it because it's so just wild. But anyway, a few years ago, my clients find this really, really cute house. It was absolutely adorable. It sat on this really nice lot. It was just a cute house. It needed some work, but it was a really, really cute house. Went and looked at it the first time. The neighborhood was quiet and peaceful. It just seemed like a really great place for their family. We get to the inspections, and I get to the inspections maybe 5 minutes after my clients do. And when I pull up, my clients are like, Lisa, the neighbor was standing in his driveway when we got here, and he had like a pack of people with him, and they were just staring at us. And I was like, oh, that's strange. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine, it's fine. Go on with the inspections. The inspector's doing their thing. At some point we walk outside and the neighbor is literally standing in his front lawn, like juggling chainsaws. Not kidding, literally throwing chainsaws up in the air, catching them. I mean, it was either like, you know when you see those people on the side of the roads and they're like spinning signs? It was like that, but it was like a chainsaw. So we're like, that gives us some cause of concern. So while we're there, the listing agent calls and she's like, yeah, I just wanted to check in because my client's really sensitive about the situation with the neighbor and we just want to make sure they're not giving y'all any problems. And we're like, no, we're fine, we're all good, everything's okay. The inspection coincidentally went horribly. So we decided, you know what, we think we're gonna cancel the sale. So I called the listing agent to say, we're not gonna move forward with the sale. The seller panics in response to that and starts sending me messages on Facebook, which I ignore because ethically we cannot communicate with other people's clients, before he finally just starts calling me, like until I finally answer the phone. And he's like, listen, my family and this guy's family have been feuding for the last few decades. He absolutely hates us, but I can guarantee you I'm working with the city to shut him down and get it taken care of. This will not affect your clients whatsoever. And I was like, you know, I can really appreciate that, sir, but this is just not the right place for us. We're gonna have to pass. He's like, okay, I understand. 2 months go by. The seller calls me again. The house is still not sold, by the way, still on the market. He calls me again and he's like, I'm gonna send you a link. He sends me a link to a local news story about the feud between him and the neighbors, because the neighbor has now taken to hanging basically like these homemade hand-sewn dummies at the back of his property line that he'll, in the middle of the night, comes out at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with a shotgun and just starts like shooting the dummies. Just real crazy stuff, real crazy stuff. Since that experience, I have amended my speech that I give to my buyers about their inspection and due diligence period to say, you know, during your due diligence, it's a 12-day period of time, we inspect the house. We wanna make sure that there's no major defects. We check insurances, we wanna make sure the house is affordable. We make sure the feng shui is important for you in case that matters, but we also wanna make sure that the neighbors aren't certifiably insane, because it happens, and who wants to live next to somebody who likes to, I don't know, juggle chainsaws and shoot up homemade dummies? Real story, telling y'all.